Hey there, and welcome to Recap Mania. Get ready for a mind-bending journey with the thriller movie Spree. Desperate for an online following, a rideshare driver has figured out a deadly plan to go viral, and he will stop at nothing to get his 5 minutes of fame. Spoilers ahead, so hold on tight and brace yourselves for a thrilling ride. In the vast world of social media, where gaining attention is highly valued, there was a young and ambitious man named Kurt Kundl. He became consumed by an overwhelming desire to become famous and go viral. Kurt had once babysat a young boy named Bobby, who had since become a sensation on the internet. Bobby's live streams attracted a massive number of viewers, propelling him to online stardom. As Kurt scrolled through his social media feed, seeing Bobby's immense popularity filled him with a mix of envy and resentment. One day, Kurt stumbled upon an opportunity to work as a driver for a rideshare app called Spree. At first glance, it seemed like a regular job, but Kurt saw the hidden potential in it for his grand aspirations. He devised a cunning plan to turn his car into a makeshift studio, carefully placing cameras in strategic positions to capture every moment of his life. With his car transformed and fueled by unwavering determination, Kurt set his plan into motion. He named his audacious endeavor The Lesson, a live stream where he aimed to share his self-proclaimed wisdom with eager viewers, teaching them the supposed secrets of achieving social media fame. However, Kurt's methods of seeking fame were twisted and disturbing. His lessons took a dark turn as he embarked on a path filled with dangerous actions and horrifying deeds, all for the sake of gaining online attention. He started picking up people in his car and giving them poisoned bottles of water, which ended up killing them. He hoped that these terrible acts would make him famous, but sadly the only person who noticed was a man named Bobby. However, Bobby believed that these killings were fake and not real. One day, Kurt had the opportunity to pick up Jessie Adams, a famous comedian who had a large following on social media. Kurt was instantly drawn to Jessie's talent and popularity, but she didn't pay much attention to him or his desperate desire for more followers. She decided to leave the car and continue on her own path, leaving Kurt feeling disappointed and unimpressed. Not long after, Kurt discovered that Jessie was scheduled to perform in a major comedy show that would be streamed live to millions of people. This news sparked a dangerous obsession within Kurt. He became determined to do whatever it took to be part of that show and gain the attention he craved so desperately. Driven by his unhealthy fixation, Kurt went to Bobby's house, demanding that Bobby share his live stream with others. However, Bobby recognized the darkness in Kurt's intentions, refused to support his twisted plan. Instead, Bobby decided to livestream their argument, attracting a large audience who became curious about the commotion. Little did they know, a tragic and horrifying event was about to unfold. Consumed by rage, Kurt lost control and ended up taking Bobby's life, seizing his gun in the process. Without any remorse, Kurt started livestreaming to Bobby's fans, who were unaware of the real tragedy that had just occurred. They believed it was all part of a staged act, completely unaware of the true darkness that lurked behind the screen. While Kurt believed he had escaped the consequences of his actions, fate had other plans in store for him. Kurt's dad, Chris, asked him for a ride to a club where he was performing. He said a famous DJ named Uno would be there, and promised that the DJ would tag Kurt in a photo. Kurt agreed and picked up Chris, taking him to the club. When they arrived, Kurt approached Uno, but she initially refused to tag him. However, she made a deal with Kurt. She asked him to take her to a taco truck and promised to tag him if he did. Kurt agreed and went to get her some food from the truck. While Kurt was away, Uno found Bobby's gun and decided to pose with it on a live stream. She thought it would be cool, but she didn't know the gun was dangerous. She also drank some water, not realizing it was poison. Soon after, she passed out. When Kurt returned and saw what had happened, he panicked. He wanted to leave the scene, but 2 police officers stopped him. They became suspicious of him for some reason. It turned out that the public had already learned about Kurt's previous murders. The police had given him the nickname the Rideshare Killer, but they couldn't identify him. After Uno managed to survive drinking the poisoned water, she woke up feeling scared and panicked. In her fear, she shot and killed one of the police officers who were chasing her. Then she ran away with another officer chasing after her. At the same time, Kurt tried to escape too, but more police started chasing him, so he had to speed away, crashing his car through a homeless camp in the process. As the news of Kurt's murders spread and became more widely known, the company Spree, which he worked for, decided to temporarily shut down their services. They wanted to give the police enough time to investigate the situation and figure out what had happened. Meanwhile, Jessie, a performer, took to the stage and started her show. She talked about her encounter with Kurt and expressed her disgust at how desperate people are for social media fame. To make her point even stronger, she dramatically destroyed her phone right there on stage, followed by a mic drop. Her actions were captured on video and quickly went viral on the internet. Later, after getting drunk, Jessie requested a ride through a different rideshare app called GoGo. Unfortunately, Kurt was the one who responded to her request, but he had already killed the previous driver. Kurt was delighted because he knew Jessie couldn't call for help since she had destroyed her phone on stage. As Jessie realized that Kurt was taking her to his house, she panicked and desperately tried to find a way to escape. Jessie, unable to escape from the car, uses a charger cable to strangle Kurt. Their struggle causes them to crash, but Kurt manages to recover and brutally beats Jessie until she loses consciousness. He then drives to his house and leaves Jessie's unconscious body outside. Meanwhile, Kurt's viewers, now filled with a twisted eagerness, start urging him to kill Jessie. However, Kurt is distracted by a malfunctioning camera, and he fails to notice that Jessie is waking up. Taking advantage of the situation, Jessie takes control of the car and crashes into Kurt's house in an attempt to run him over. As the car crashes, Kurt hastily flees into his house, leaving Jessie behind. Inside, Jessie is unexpectedly confronted by Chris, Kurt's intoxicated father. Together, they make a shocking discovery: Kurt's mother, who had been killed by Kurt at the beginning of his live stream. In a tragic turn of events, Kurt shoots his own father, ending Chris's life. Filled with rage and fear, Kurt then turns his attention back to Jessie, determined to kill her as well. But Jessie, fighting for her life, manages to pin Kurt against the wall using his own car and unleashes a relentless attack on him, eventually beating him to death with a phone. In a final act of defiance, Jessie takes a selfie with Kurt's lifeless body and boldly posts it on her Instagram account, exposing the dark truth behind his horrific actions. After taking credit for stopping Kurt's violent spree, Jessie quickly becomes a well-known figure across the entire country. Her brave act captures the attention of the public, and she becomes a nationwide star, celebrated for her courage and bravery in the face of danger. On the other hand, Kurt's disturbing and deadly actions gain a peculiar kind of admiration, but only among a small group of individuals on the internet. These corners of the online world glorify his killings, creating a disturbing cult-like following that views him as a twisted hero. And here the movie ends. So with that, this movie recap episode has come to an end. Let us know if you are intrigued to watch the movie after seeing our recap in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more recaps. Till then, goodbye.